Yep.
Goes. All right. What's up, everyone? Uh, Joe is supposed to be joining us hopefully in a bit. Uh, oh, sorry, I had feedback on my end. Tonight we got Joe, Robert, and me hanging out. Um, Tonight our raffle for the Defender Customs Milwaukee battery trailer ends. So if anyone still wants to get on that, the link is pinned in the chat at the top.
DC2.
And put DC2 in the notes. I'd like to welcome back Robert. He's been a busy, busy man. If anyone's following the socials, you'll see what's been going on. Robert's been busy.
Yes. Very busy. Oh man, it's good to be
We're
back though.
glad. Yep,
Hanging
glad
out
you're
with you
back.
dudes.
We're
Well,
glad to
thank
have you
you.
back.
Life's been
Right now,
been interesting. Work has been busy. Personal life's been wild and crazy, but here I am back at it. So that's what matters the most. But has everybody seen the new stuff from J Concepts? Like, the wheels, that everything I got posted today. You know,
it all dropped today.
fancy
If you
stuff.
haven't seen it,
I've been teasing for like the last 6 months on all my
we've been
rigs.
sitting out on tables. Pictures have been of it on people's
Right,
stuff. Yeah,
right. And everybody's like, when are those coming? I'm like, I don't know. It's been so crazy. And so far there's been so much positive feedback. We actually did a pre-release at Joe's event. Um
I heard. I
the
heard.
Exofest. We brought some out there and we sold out. I mean, um, I'm happy. I mean, that means people are really, looking forward to what we're about to offer. It's something completely new. It's different. It's 2-inch wheels and they work perfectly fine with 1.9s. It's just when you go to put the wheels on, it's an old school style of beading like we had to used to do back in the day where you got to put the bead into the catch ring. So you get it crunched down, you just poke the bead in there, you kind of makes like a little pop sound, and then you start doing your cross beading and it's they're amazing. They really, really are. They fit over every portal. You're out there, you will not pop a tire, you will not pop a bead, and yeah, and Joe's even got a set. So when he comes on, I'm sure he'll talk to you guys about it. And I gave him a set at the event, so you can go ahead and do some video. And he's like, dude, these are amazing. And they fit over every single portal he throws at it, except for the element portal axles, only because those came a little bit later down the road, while, during our design time. And we couldn't make any changes, but minor adjustments to those axles and it'll work out just fine.
Awesome. Awesome.
But
Yeah, Joe mentioned on one of his lives, he's like, I got some J Concept wheels I can't talk about yet.
yeah. Oh, he's been begging too.
Yeah.
Because yeah,
Welcome in, Maurice, Robert, Raymond, Joseph, Rob Gunning, John, RC Pro Rack. Welcome in, everybody. So he's been begging.
yeah, because he's got all this footage and everything, and he's like, oh, man, I really want to get it. When can I do it? When can I do it? And I'm like, I don't know. See, we just gotta wait for the product to be complete before we go ahead and do it, because we've had the wheels in stock for a good while. We wrote out the press release a good time ago. The only thing we were waiting on was the optional hubs, so you can actually choose your different offsets, just like what you do on a regular basis now when you buy your crawler wheels, is figure out how narrow and how wide you want to go with your rig. And those are the small pieces that we wanted to make sure that we had readily available when we released the wheels. So that was the only holdback. But now that we have everything, full sail, let's see how well they do. And if any questions, concerns, feel free to reach out to J Concepts. We got the answers for you. More than likely, it'll be me answering those questions, but I'd be more than happy to help anybody that's out there.
For those people that haven't seen it, um, this is what Robert is talking about.
Yeah.
These are the quick draws, right, Robert?
Those are the quick draws. And when I was designing those, I really liked the revolver style and the holy wheels. And I didn't want to keep it the same. So I was like, you know what? The only way to change a holy wheel is to add more holes. So I just kept going until it made sense.
Right.
And you got to keep it, symmetrical, even numbers. Even though to me, odd is even, but in this way, it worked out well.
Oh, you would drive people crazy if you had it odd numbered.
I know. Oh man, but yeah, it got to be nice sometimes. These
And
here, these
these
are
are the
comp style, the ultras. So these are the furthest positive offset, and then so these will really sink in to a good portal axle, and you'll have your best options for doing your simple offsets of where you're going to go from there. But within tire to tire, I got you at about 6.25 inches based on what tire you're using to being narrow. So
Nice.
really want to get the tight end squeeze and you're trying to get through those 12-inch gates. That's a wheel that's going to get you there.
then this one, the ballistics.
The ballistics, yes. So these were the first ones that I designed. And I'm old school. I love steely wheels. And the concept that came from these is how can I make a steely wheel more badass? So I came up with
They
an idea.
have a steely slash magnesium slot feel to them.
Right, right.
Mhm.
I wanted to go a more tactical look. And by adding those slots in there, it gave that more aggression for that, but an older school style. So if you're running an old school Toyota or old school like Power Wagon or something like that, these look amazing on those rigs. And they really match up super well.
And then last but not least is your jammers.
The jammer.
So these are two twos, not the 2.0s, right?
Correct. Yes. So the jammers, 2.2s. Now they are a little bit more narrow wheel. So they're gonna squeeze a good 2.2 and the fitment pops in perfectly. Now the difference that I did on these was the beadlock rings have pass-throughs. So whatever color your wheel is, it's gonna shine through on the beadlock ring. And that I really like because it gives it a little bit more of an accent that's there. And those wheels, my influence was Star Wars. If you look at it closely, it's got a Star Wars-esque appeal to them. So, and hence the jammer, satellite jammer, it just works out that way.
Heck yeah.
Yeah,
It's great.
Now there
the
is
raffle does end at
one
9.
more
The
wheel.
drawing will be at, oh, sorry, go ahead, Robert.
No, there's one more wheel that has not
Did
been
I
released
miss one?
yet. Nope, nope, nope. Has not
Oh,
been released
okay.
yet. It will, the way things are looking right now, it should be released next week. And that's just a little teaser. So just definitely keep your eye on what we got going on. We have a ton of stuff that we're going to be dropping within the next couple of weeks. So we're all super
And
Sounds
you
great.
are offering different hub widths
yes.
on your
Mhm.
wheels, right?
Yes. You'll
What
be
does it come with when you buy it?
5.5.
5.5.
Yep.
As Javi was saying, the raffle ends at 9:45 tonight. So make sure all your entries are in before that. DC2 in the notes. $5 a spot or 20 will get you 5 spots. We
It
can't control the
me up. Did we
commercials,
have
Robert.
two of
Sorry.
those trailers or do we just have one of those trailers?
We're down to one now. The DeWalt went
It
last
was
week.
two. Okay.
This week is the Milwaukee.
Milwaukee. Hmm. Should probably get in on this. That's
Got a few
pretty cool.
hours.
And
You got
last week, Isaac was able to join us and talk about it some and go over it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Sweet. I know. I gotta catch back up on the videos. I'm sorry, guys.
Uh, Hey, life happens, man. That's one thing we all understand here is life happens.
Right, right. So, Joe, how was your weekend, man?
It's good. Good.
Yeah,
A little bit of grass mowing, not
yeah.
doing much of anything, and then celebrating the fourth, how fourth's supposed to be celebrated, and
All right.
did a little bit more Saturday evening, and
Right on.
just recouped on Sunday. Honestly, no
Cool.
RCing. Well, other than building the BBX, but
Yeah.
cranking
Well, I
cranking
mean,
some
that had to
builds
be
out.
fun, right? That was pretty fun. It's a Tamiya.
So I guess my only thing is it's like buying Legos and you put them in a bucket and then you're free building and you're trying to find a tall two square, the right color.
Right.
That's what it's like because it like OCD of not having one section parts on the same parts tree is
Oh,
drives
yes.
me nuts. Like you're
Yes.
searching A, V,
Oh, man.
X, C, there's a piece off of each one, and it's like, come
They're like,
on,
where's that
man.
part tree? The part tree's still in the box. I'm like,
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah. And
get
it's
to
like,
that letter yet.
I don't have enough table to lay everything out. So I'm like, I got a little bit
Oh
here,
man.
I got a little bit there. And yeah, you keep going back and forth. But other than that, for my first Tamiya build, I think it went well. Actually, it wasn't as fun as the Boom BRX
Okay.
BRX01 build or the VRD Carbon. I enjoyed the Carbon. Carbon was
Okay.
smooth,
Yeah.
wasn't much to
Yeah.
it.
Well, you're talking about
It's kind
all
of
different
nice.
animals there.
Yep.
Technically,
So,
we're talking about what, 30 years in the difference.
yep. I mean, you could
Mia is the
Well,
definitely
the
same
tell.
BBX
then
is the
as
new
it is now.
the BBX is a new kit though. It's only a year old.
Yeah, but the way that they run stuff, the way that they do
The
stuff,
way
hey,
they run their manufacturing. Yeah.
yep.
It's their old technology. So, I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
yeah, hitting all three of those spectrums, it's been really interesting. So,
Okay.
all three have been fun. So now I
Yeah.
just got to figure out the paint and glue the tires, and the BBX will be done. So
Yeah. Well, I think you got this paint thing down. I've seen some pics. You
some
got
yes,
this.
some no. I get some good ones, get some bad ones, but that's part of painting, I think, and that's
It is.
honestly it's the character.
Yeah,
So
it is.
the most challenging here lately has been painting that Zill body. This
Yeah.
is my first hard body paint job, and I severely miscalculated the paint. So I'm like at a stall over a week now
Right.
because I only bought one can for the primary colors.
Did you buy a Tamiya can or
No, spastics.
Bastics? Oh, okay. Okay.
Yep. So I should have got two primers, two black, and two um shoot.
Base
Not no, not primer, a clear coat.
clear okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yep, I went back and bought another primer and another clear coat. And I was like, well, I'll be okay because I'm going to do like a fade paint.
Okay.
I was like, I don't have enough to, you know, should have just bought it, but I had it in my hand. And then when I went back, it was gone. So
See,
now I
with
had to order
hard
it.
bodies, happy accidents, man. Because now you can go distressed. I mean, now you can mess it up. You can scratch it up. You can do whatever you want to it.
Oh no, it's not in a position of where it's messed up because I'm short on the paint, but it's just got everything held up. Or
Uh,
it would be done right now if I
uh,
had calculated correctly. So the
you
next
shared
one,
pictures. I thought it looked great. I
yeah,
didn't see it. It looked fine.
yeah. I had to buff out a couple spots on the base, but I put another coat on it to come right out. So,
No,
but
you're
I
good.
just shorted myself, not knowing, first hard body paint. So
No. For your
now I
first, I
know.
think you did a great job, man.
Yeah. Well, it hadn't even started getting good yet.
To be
Vince, welcome in.
continued.
Uh, Robert, are the hubs specific to the wheels?
Mm, in a sense that the hubs are proprietary to J Concepts. They are not the same as a standard SLW from Vanquish. So these hubs only fit J Concepts wheels.
But
So
will other wheel hubs fit your wheels?
no,
Okay.
no.
You really walked around that from going, yeah, they're proprietary. The wheels and hubs only work together. That was very political of you.
It was. Hey, I'm learning, But
Um,
Josh, what about you, man? How was your weekend?
oh, I spent getting ready for vacation. We getting the camper ready, put new tires on it, checked all the brakes,
All right.
getting the razors ready to go up to the sand dunes. We usually go up there every
Okay.
summer up in Michigan.
Nice. Sand dunes in Michigan?
Yeah, Silver Lake Sand Dunes. They're on the edge of Lake Michigan.
Really?
There's
Okay.
actually two sand dunes in Michigan. There's the, was it Big Bear Sand Dunes in the middle up by the UP, up near the Mackinac Bridge and stuff. And then there's ones out on the edge, the Silver Lake Sand Dunes.
Ooh, right on. Okay. I didn't know that.
A lot
But
more hills than
Michigan, I
Ocala,
don't
right?
think sand. I don't think anything like that. I just think it's trees,
Yep, Silver
moisture,
Lake, Rob.
cold, and Red Sox fans. That's it.
Red
You
Sox.
actually go up like the edge of the state, and it's like a national scenic highway, and you come up it, and then you go up to a little town called Shelby or Hart,
Okay.
depending on where you go out to the dunes.
All
We go up
right.
there every year, Rob.
All right.
Tony Cece said he might stop out because he was out there in a video he did recently,
Oh, really?
bashing on the. He's like, "Oh, you're going to be up there? I might make it this time. I loved it when I was out there this time, few weeks ago." So he's talked about making it up.
Yeah.
Those speed UTVs are pretty cool, Vince. The awesome one, I think, though, is the new Polaris Pro R Race, even though it's costs like as much as a house. It's their total race spec buggy, like basically the guys that go out and race the Polaris side by
I
sides.
saw pictures of that this morning.
Yeah, they're like 160 grand.
What?
Ooh, ouch.
Yeah,
Oh, they do look pretty darn
but
cool.
top to bottom, they're about the same. That speed UTV, the Robbie Gordon ones, um, I think they're in the 80s, if I remember right, if you get the race spec one.
But if I'm spending somewhere around 160, I might as well just go all out and do trophy truck at that point. Baja.
They beat the trophy trucks. At
Huh?
King of Hammers, a Razor, I don't think it was 4,400. It was the next class down. I can't remember what it is. It's the class before 4,400.
Okay. So
The
it's you
Razor won.
really?
Yeah. And they were up there with the U4 trucks and all that stuff in the 4,400 class. It was pretty crazy. And
That's
what'd you do this weekend?
so my weekend actually started kind of early. It started on Thursday because guess what Thursday was? Jurassic Park Day. So I
Mm.
went, we all took the family, saw the movie. It was amazing. So my son's over here is like, yeah. Um, so family time
Hey,
on
you have to tell your son.
Thursday. Leo, grab from Josh. Um, so yeah, we just had a great time. Movie was awesome as expected. And then Friday came, 4th of July. I had zero plans. I'm not a big fireworks person, so I just sat on the couch and did nothing, and it felt great. I had a day where I could just USA. Um, and then Saturday came by and all of that USA was over. Um, Back at DFD Power Sports, we were working on the track. We finalized on a oval track, um, loose dirt, so 110 scale. And then we were lining up our My Lap system for the 1/8 scale track. And all that went really well. Had some free time. I did a 2-inch lift on my Bronco. So I'm pretty stoked about that. And that came out really
That's not
nice.
your Bronco anymore. Come on.
What?
That's not your Bronco.
Why?
It's your wife's Bronco.
No, it's my Bronco.
She's the one that wheeled that thing out of Beat the Creek.
Yes, she
I don't
did.
know. I think she owned it.
I
Yeah.
think that's her Bronco, man.
Yeah, she did great with it. That was hilarious. That was the talk from everybody at Beat the Creek.
Hmm. Oh yeah.
But
I
and then
just
Sunday,
wish I didn't have. I wish I had the GoPro going.
I
That'd have been
know
a
I wish
great
I would have caught
video.
it on video too. That would have been awesome.
Especially her driving around the people.
Yeah. But I am
Welcome
still
in, Swampers. Welcome in,
cleaning
Chunky.
out Beat the Creek mud from underneath it. It got
Yep.
stuck in the skid plates and everything. So I like had to drop everything. Oh, that was gross.
I'm still
I was
cleaning
still
out of my
cleaning
car
out.
too.
Oh.
I was still cleaning out this weekend when I was getting the razors ready.
Um, as for Sunday, same thing. Working on the track, working on RC stuff, back at the DFD compound. And then here I am, Monday, back to work, releasing new stuff and hanging out with you guys.
Welcome in,
Awesome.
Milka and Angel. Um, you're gonna start doing some 8th scale racing or 5th scale racing,
Maybe. Fifth scale racing,
maybe.
that is for sure. Um, I've been asked about going back to pro for fifth scale and doing some traveling for that. And so that's kind of it's not up in the air, but it's definitely something that's going to happen. So, do. And that's going to be fun because my big plan is to race at nationals in Vegas next year for fifth scale. I've been on a 15-year hiatus basically, so like I'm relearning everything. I mean, some
Now,
of
did
it's
they
kind of
let?
like, riding a bike, but it's gonna take a minute.
Are you going to Proline by the Fire? Joe wants to know. I'm not going. Joe, are you going?
Hmm.
I'm going.
I don't know. I don't
But
I don't know.
Robert will
That's a
be there.
big haul.
Yeah, I'll be there. So
You
I'll get
driving or
there
flying?
in flying. Yeah, I'm not driving. No way.
So I'll
I
pick me
barely.
up. I'll tag out with you.
Oh man, that would be a trip though from Florida to Cali. Oof. But I don't think work will let me do that. Because when I go to Proline by the Fire, I either go as a representative of J Concepts, we don't set up a booth, but we're just there walking around, talking to people, um, and seeing all the wonderful people running J Concept tires at a Proline event. You just see me smiling ear to ear as I walk around. But it is a great event. And so I'll do that. But most of the time, I'm still there wearing my J Concepts gear and helping out Operational Living Charlie at the booth. So that's pretty much the same plan this year. Now, it is challenging that it is in October because there's so many events happening in October. So every weekend, I'm going to be in a different state. So I'm going to have a lot of traveling miles. And come November, I'm beat taking a vacation.
And traveling again.
And then traveling again, yeah. See, I have a different concept of what a vacation is compared to my wife. My wife wants to make plans, do this, do that, have a whole itinerary of what we're doing. Me, vacation, doing nothing. Sitting in a lounge chair like an old man, listening to water.
And see, that's what's so cool to me about the dunes. We go up there. If we want to go ride the dunes, we can. If we want to hang out, and just be in the campground one day, we can. If we want to go sightseeing, we can. I like that just free type of vacation.
No, that's too
No,
much.
I can't just sit and listen to water.
You
That's
say
too little.
hiking, I say that's not vacation. That's too much walking.
I didn't say hiking. I said go place.
Oh, okay. Now taking out a buggy, right? Taking out a side by side to Ocala, going to the National Preserve over there, and just driving around. Now that's fun. Now that's cool. I
I've
can do.
been I've been to Ocala. It's neat.
Yeah,
I like the sand dunes better because it's just a lot smoother and the sand is like finer.
yeah.
Like the Ocala sand was a little rough and it had like
It's mostly
mud mixed in it.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
like shells, it's mud, it's sand, it's all mixed into one.
Yeah. At the dunes, if you drive up to the top of what they call Test Hill, you jump out, kick your flip-flops off and walk around and hang out and watch people be crazy and then hop back in your car and go.
Yeah. I don't know about that. Oh yeah, I gotta show you guys this guy. Hold on one second. Maybe I have to change my background. Hey Leo, can you bring me Chewy?
Oh no. Is it another Lego masterpiece?
Chewy sounds like a puppy.
Come on.
Oh my gosh.
I heard the collar rattle.
Ah.
Yep, called it.
Yeah.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, I got a puppy. What's up, buddy? Get out of here. Say hi. Say hi to everybody. Say hi, world.
He's even got a silver stripe.
Yep, exactly. So his name is Chewy. Nicknamed him after Chewbacca. Plus, he chews on everything. But he is a hypoallergenic dog, Yorkie Terrier. And I still have to take allergy medicines. I'm still allergic to him. Um, but
You're
not
allergic to
compared to
everything.
other things like other dogs, I am just done. Like red eyes, sneezing, itching, hiving. For him, I'm actually doing pretty good. So this
And
is my first dog. So
Hobby
I
says that's an Ewok, not Chewy.
that's say that's not nice. That's not nice.
I
So
think he said you're gonna have to get him a little speeder to ride around on.
yeah,
Yeah,
right. Hey, I'll do it. I'll dress him up. I don't care. I'll put him in Ewok costume.
yeah, they got those ones now where you put their front feet in as the legs and then have stuffy
Yeah,
arms. Those are hilarious.
yeah.
They look
I'm
like
a
they're
tiny dog
walking.
dad.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
At least you're only 25% allergic to them.
Right, exactly. So it's fine. You know, I mean,
Yeah,
it's just like camping. I'm allergic to everything, but I still do it.
Yeah.
you don't really
Hey,
camp. Come on.
No, that's as far as I go. Yes, I camped. I mean, I slept in my Bronco for 4 days.
Yeah, because you didn't set up the tent.
And yeah, so it felt more comfortable.
And you could reach up at any point and start the truck and have AC.
Oh yes, I did it so much. I got a stick just so I could push it.
See,
I had to remote start it a couple of times, man. Yeah, I
no
ain't
one even said anything, but I knew that you were doing that.
gonna. Oh, it was the best for sure.
Oh, that's
I
hilarious.
did find
Swamper said,
a new unit called a Zero Breeze that you
yeah,
have for overlanding. I think I want to get one of those.
the overland, you would actually have to go somewhere and overland.
The Bronco's gonna
It's
get
just,
there, right? Again, I got the lift, I got the skid plates. I have, we've been working on the engine, doing all the tuning. Next is going to be a topper tent. Like I do plan on doing all this stuff. I may like it or not like it, but there's some accommodations that I need. I already bought my bumper dumper, so I gotta have my
I was
own
gonna say
toilet,
you have
private
some kind of
bathroom.
toilet.
So I have a canopy that goes over my tail hitch area. So it creates a little private area where I have
Yeah.
my bumper dumper hooked up. And then, I'll got my little ladder for the Bronco so I can climb up and a little tent up there. But I won't do it unless I have a zero breeze. I have to have AC. If I am sweating, I am not a happy person. We got
Just
I'm allergic to my own sweat. So it's like I will hive out and just be completely miserable the whole time. And that's not what I want. If I'm going to go out there, I just can't shush, Javi. But yeah, it's like I want the full experience, but I can only go so far because health just comes in the way. That's it.
now let's do a retrospect. The last two times you were camping. Last time in your truck.
Yeah.
The time before that, weren't you almost in a bear incident?
Yes, very much so. We were um it was California, and yeah, the bears were all around, and they were scratching their backs on the campers, and you just hear this growl, like deep grumble. It's kind of scary. I already knew this thing was bigger than me. I mean, like everything's bigger than me. I'm like, I'm not
Oh
going
yeah.
out. I would never go outside by myself.
That's what I was asking about racing. Are you allowed to take a milk crate up with you so you're even with all the other guys you're racing with?
Wow.
Oh man.
However, needs an indoor hobby, not an outdoor hobby.
Oh, now you want to pitch in. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and no, but I've already taken in consideration of the elevation concerns. So I have a step so I can lean over the balcony. Hey,
Welcome in, Joe.
What's up, guys?
Joe Hogan.
Man, I've been working on the track, man. I got a race Sunday, and I don't know if I got my microphone or all that stuff working. Does that sound okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Sound good.
All right, good. Man, I was out there tractoring the track and all that, man. And I forgot all about it. I happened to look at the phone. I'm like, oh my God. Oh, I apologize for being late.
You're good.
Right. We just been
You
sitting
got that
here
nice,
having a good
clean little
time.
mustache going on.
I don't know whether this is a Hulk Hogan brother thing
Yeah.
or a Dennis Anderson thing. I mean, it could be either one. I thought about doing like a Tom Selleck, the old porn stash.
Oh,
Thought about doing that, But the problem is I'm way closer to Ron Jeremy now.
oh no. You still got a good decent head of hair, dude.
Yeah, went in. Oh man, I forgot all about this.
Wow.
So I don't have my computer in front of me. I can't see anything except you, Mr. Robert.
Well, hi.
Hi.
Well, we've done what was going on the weekend. The only thing we have left, Joe, is to talk about that our next event that we should be at is going to be the Fix out in Blue Rock.
Where is Blue Rock?
Pennsylvania.
Okay.
So it's going to be out at the Recon G6 event. The Fix is the 12-hour enduro that's
Oh,
going
I
on.
heard about that. Yeah, I'm not doing those 12 hours. I do 16 hours a day as it is.
But yeah, we'll have some people out there for that weekend, which I think it starts Wednesday and goes through Sunday, but the actual enduro is on Thursday, 2 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Woo!
So I think there's other classes that have less time, but you can do as much as you want, walk it or whatever. But Operation Level Charlie will be there next weekend with the PA reps and I think Maryland reps. I think will be out there. Um, so if you want to check us out, we will be out there next weekend. Which brings up, Joe, you just had a giant event.
I just had Exofest 1, EF1, and EF2 is scheduled to come up November 1st and 2nd here in Callahan, Florida. This thing could go really, really crazy big. On this particular event, though, we're going to have, so long as weather allows, okay, fifth scale oval, 110 oval, 1 RC oval, crawling on both days, off-road dirt track racing, and if they get it put in, sand drag racing, all in one event.
Sounds pretty crazy.
That's a lot. Yeah. The way I've got this thing structured is I'm working on the coupon that's going to be downloadable off the website. I've got a template done on that. I want to get it done this week. And also for the event shirts and all that, to get everything ordered where you can order or you can buy it virtually. And then, you know, just basically come give the coupon to me and I'll give you your shirt, right? Entry and all that. But the way this event is set up is it's kind of a la carte style event. And like say I charge $40 for a ticket, right? That's for the weekend. That $40 gets you into all the vendors and gets you into free play, everything there, as long as there's not an active event going on, right? So if you want to join the fifth scale race, there's an entry fee for that. And that entry fee goes all to the guy running that race. So each race, each crawler comp, your entries are a la carte. So therefore, when you pay, like say you, for example, you're running a crawler event and you pick up 50 entries, that's your money because you ran that event. You worked that event. Does that make any sense to you guys?
Yes.
Yep, makes total sense.
So you can come in and spend $150 just in activities for the weekend, or you can spend $40 and have access to everything free play. It's all your budget. So that's why I'm trying, because if not, I got to charge, say, $120 for the weekend. But if you're only there and you only run the crawler thing, you paid for all these other events and you're not part of them. So why?
Right.
At least to me, it makes sense. So.
Yep. Real quick, Matt just said that Boom Racing sent a BRX1 adjustable wheelbase to raffle off while they're at the event for the Recon G6 event. So shout out to them. Thank you, Boom Racing and Jason.
Heck yeah, that's
So-
awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's cool.
That's a great build to win.
Now, this is going to be a little different than EF1. You're not going to have like the sumo table or anything, or what's
The sumo
Were you still
table and
gonna have-
all that was put on by Junkyard RC or RC Junkyard. That was their events that they held. So if they are here, which they are showing interest, then maybe we'll have that again. But if they're not here, I got 5 other forms of RC, if not 6 forms. That's going to be a busy, busy weekend, especially if we pack the
Right.
place. So, and also I've got a guy working for me to get the local restaurants and local establishments to where you can show your coupon, which there'll be an extra coupon at the bottom of the ticket to get in. That will give you discounts at all these places too.
That's
So
pretty cool.
basically, if you buy the ticket for say $40 and you use that card to its fullest, that $40 you should save more than your $40 you spent. To put it that way, it's even more legit than your wife shopping when there's a sale on.
Better than
So
a blue light special.
that's right. So I'm
So,
trying
Joe,
to put value into the ticket more so than just entry at the gate.
Joe, for that fit scale race, are there any rules or anything like that in place?
I believe it's run what you brung. I think he'll
Really?
have it split up to like the low C's and then the X Maxes and
Okay.
the Red Cat Vigilante type stuff. Maybe well, Sean's the one running it.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, so Sean's the one with experience on that. He's running that one. And a local guy, Wyatt, he's running the off-road race, the 110 oval race, and the 1RC.
Okay.
So he's running all of those. And so basically we'll probably be running Saturday is probably going to be the 110 off-road, possibly the 150 at the same time, since generally speaking, those guys don't cross over. You know, it's kind of like, a fifth skill guy versus a crawler guy. They generally don't cross. So so probably both of those Saturday morning, and then Saturday into the evening, since we have lights to light the track up, we're going to do the off-road. Sunday probably be, well, Saturday we'll also have crawling on Saturday too. But on Sunday we'll probably have more crawling, the 1RC and the sand drags if they get that done. And then hopefully be into the raffle and be out of there by 3:30.
Awesome.
That's going to be
So,
tough.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So it's a 3-day.
It's just a 2-day, Saturday and Sunday.
Sunday. Okay.
For us, though, it's pretty much a 3-day event.
Yeah.
For me, it's a week-long event. So
Tommy Martin, welcome
For you,
in.
technically,
Your
it's day-to-day
custom
life.
wiring. Welcome in. And Joe, Tommy said he was running the Executioner, had the Executioner show out this past weekend. Tommy Martin, MSR RC.
I heard one guy kicked everybody's butt with an Executioner in Pro Rock this weekend.
And then Brandon was asking, is there going to be NASCAR racing?
Losi NASCAR, that will be on the clay oval. So it won't be, we don't have an on-road pad for those yet. So they will be available to run the clay oval, which will be prepped. And from what I understand, the sprint cars are getting wheelies out of the corners. So traction is pretty darn good there when it's prepped right. So definitely low C sprint, other 110 sprint modified, probably Traxxas modified as well. Low C's will definitely be in there. Well, now the last time I raced with them, they ran Grom, so we may be able to get Grom on there as well. But that's Wyatt's thing. I'm going to kind of tell him what I'd like to see in the event, but it's his event. Sub-event, basically, you could say.
And that's going to be November, you said? November 1st?
November 1st and 2nd. Vendors can get there as early as the Thursday before. If you really want to get set up right. The guys there, there's plenty of parking. When I put the tickets online, I'm setting them up at 1,000. I know we're not going to get there, but it would be incredible if we did. But yeah, I just got quite a few things to do. And then
dates again?
November 1st and 2nd.
Okay.
Vendors can get there as early as the Thursday before. Certainly Friday before, because you guys are going to want to set up and all that. I still got to put out flyers or emails and all that. We still have about 4 months, so I still got a little bit of time. The biggest factor, the biggest possible issue is it's Florida, Southeast weather. That's the biggest issue. A big nasty rain can tear them play tracks right on up. So that's the biggest threat that we have.
I think Robert's getting bombarded on all sides over there.
No, is he?
I'm sorry.
So are you going to just do whoever the vendor is doing your crawling course? Is it going to be like just class 2 kind of based or kind of an open or different each day? Or
the crawling, well, we got to figure this out on this. I mean, I'm talking with Don there. He'll be the one running the crawler event. He's also the guy that's going to prep everything for me. I don't think he lives there. I think he owns a real business somewhere. but he's there all the time. So, but yeah, he's going to run. The place really isn't set up for class 1. Now, it's possible there may be a trail cut, like a perimeter trail, possible by that time, but really it's a class 2 and up kind of thing. I mean, just with the way the rocks are right now, like at the last comp I went to yesterday, there was no such thing as a class 1 anywhere near it. So all they did was run class 2 and class 3.
You're gonna have a exorcist class?
I don't think there's going to be a cheater class or a skill performance class.
Driver. Come on, you do say it right. Driver class.
Man, yeah, man. You know, this is my newest thing right here. I'm working on. This is the Exorcist, right? Working on it. Just got some brand new pro codes. Testing those out today. I ran it a little bit. I was on the old X codes, but they were too stiff for it. They were meant for like a 6 pound. This is like 4.5 pounds. Okay, but man, I run this other truck, and I always end up going back to the original V1 Executioner. That thing just runs so good. And when I get the new axles in, which hopefully will be in before July 26th, because I got to go back up to Cherokee to host another little event with Overland Cattle Association or some kind of something at Cherokee Rock Village. Got a small comp up there to host. It's not my comp, but I'm kind of working to help them out a little bit on that. I'm hoping to have them then. So, and I'm trying to, apparently I need to get about 40 sets of these axles. So.
Last time I heard you said 20. Now you're up to 40.
Well, I just got an order for 4 more sets. So if I order 20, 15 of them are probably gone, like as soon as I get them.
Right.
So that leaves me almost nothing to play with on myself, because I want some too, you know. So I'm thinking I got to get about 30 sets. These axles, they are like they're basically like these right here that are on the mist, the double jointed ones and all that, except the front. I worked on the STLs of this thing, okay? The front has 5 degrees more caster, and it's 5 millimeters narrower than what's on here. The rear axle is turned up 5 degrees more to allow you to get that drive shaft higher without having your portal tucked all the way under like this, and it's 10 millimeters narrower. This is to make them easier to get into the Sorca classes, and the 10 millimeter narrow rear helps you get through the gates easier. But they're still wider than your normal AR-45, so you'll have to run a major offset wheel. These are the new deluxe beadlock wheels. They're actually pretty neat. They're made for the loaded dice and stuff like that. Huh? Speaking of wheels,
You're allowed to talk about them now. There was a Facebook post where they're out. The new J Concept.
now J Concepts, man, they went out on a limb. I'm assuming everybody knows because y'all posted it, right?
Yeah. We're allowed
Yeah,
to
they
talk.
actually went out on a limb and gave us some 2-inch bead locks, and I was actually comping with those this weekend. I actually used them to comp. So if I hadn't got frustrated and picked my truck up and threw it through the final gate, both getting a hand of God and a gate penalty, I would have won the comp. Had I just let it sit on its lid and take the time out, I'd have won the comp.
Maybe I shouldn't have brought it up.
But I'm like, it was a weird thing, and it flipped over, and it pancaked. I couldn't zip it around, so yeah, I did it once. I took a rollover, then I done something stupid, just something. You know how you get off your line, out of your groove. That's what happened when I got the rollover, because that was perfect, flawless on every other course we had, except for that one. But Yeah, I got every bonus and everything other than that course right there. Had I been thinking more so than just saying the heck with it and chunking it, I'd actually won the whole thing. Because the hand of God penalty took me out.
Nah, I figure. It's something
Yeah,
like
go figure, huh?
It tends to do that.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, the last comp we did, I was in class 1 and I was having an incredible run. I'm like, I'm gonna go for this bonus. Might as well. I'm doing great. Hit the bonus, knock me from first to fourth. I'm
Yeah.
like, awesome. Good decision there.
It
Good job,
happens.
driver.
That's the good thing about those bonuses. Like, you really want it and you want to make it, but it's either going to help you or it's going to not help you. And
Yeah.
I experienced that at the WRCCA over the Nats in Cherokee Rock Village. One of the drivers there, he was in first. He was going. He wanted to hit that that bonus. And that bonus really got him all twisted. And just because he wasted so much time and he rolled over, it ruined him. He ended up in 7th from first because
Yeah.
of trying to,
It was
trying to
that
get
tight.
bonus. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
I
So,
do have to admit, I only go to ECC for the WRCCA stuff.
yeah.
The scale stuff is like, okay, when they're pulling their winch cable up around the top and floating tires up in the air, that just kind of takes the whole scale out of it, in my opinion. You know, WRCCA,
Yeah, seeing those supers, man, those supers are crazy.
the supers are bad to the bone. But man, WRCCA, you build it, you drive it, you win or lose. Either way, you're talking smack the whole time, and that makes the fun. At least for me.
Robert, are you
Yeah.
seeing the question?
I am.
Okay. You might want to explain that better than me joking.
I'm not familiar with the high clearance 1.9.
I'm sure it's just the negative offset 1.9, like the Amazons or
Gotcha.
whoever
So these here,
deluxes or whoever.
okay. So
Deluxe?
the point of the 2.0 is the inner diameter of where the point of where the hub is. And to go to that 2-inch, it allows the portal portion of the axle to completely recessed all the way inside with clearance without hitting anything. So yes, they are designed to compete against the deluxe fab. So I can see what you're saying. They're very, very similar. But being a full 2-inch wheel allows that, and it's giving it a number. It's not calling it a 1.9. It's giving it a true 2-inch wheel.
And Joe's showing the wheel there with
Yep.
the clearance on the
I'm going to show
inside.
some of
Yeah,
that.
look at that.
The pass-through on the back end is really nice too.
Yep.
This is what I call the pass-through. It's just clean.
Yep.
And these are actually the new axles too. These are so prototype, they don't even have the name on them.
Lacos, yes, specifically for the inner clearance for the portals.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of us will run either a wider hub or a 2.2 to get that clearance, especially like the top 2 bolts on a F10. They will rub a 1.9 if just a little bit. It's so tight on my 1.9s that I run a brake rotor in between just to space it out that width of the brake rotor so it doesn't touch the top 2 screws. So the 2.0 would go just above that.
Yep.
To clear them.
And I'm fixing to change a set of rims on my C1 just for that same exact reason, where it's just a little bit too wide.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, at our last comp, the same one where I took the bonus. Joe, I was able to squeeze through with an old set of TGH wheels with AR45s through a gate. Joe came through with punks
3D. Yep.
and he
Wow.
couldn't take the same line because it just shoved it out that little bit.
Really?
And it's, Joe's talked about over and over again where he used to run capper fronts with 45 rears to have that little bit of clearance to cut through gate.
The guy that won our comp, he won class 2 and 3, was on an executioner with an old school capper front and an AR-45 rear. He won both classes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No kidding, for real.
Isn't that a mullet setup?
No, it's just a wide front with a narrow rear. Basically what I'm trying to get at here. With this right here and the high offset wheels, you can get the same width as a stock AR-45 with stock wheels on it. But you can get, but all your portal is covered. It's clean. And with the front being 5 millimeters narrower than what this one is, I mean, obviously different wheels and tires, all that. Looks massive here. But it makes it easier to get the inside of that tire just inside the body to get them into the Sorka classes. Because the inside of the tire has to be just inside the body, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
yes,
this will make it
the door of the cab has to meet the inside edge of the tire is what
this will make this easier to get that. I mean, it's only 5 millimeters overall, but
it makes a difference.
Yeah. And with the right offset wheels, I mean, hey, I can make this narrower than an AR-45 at this point.
Right.
On the rear.
I've never tried that before. Narrow rear, wide front.
That's how I set up all my trucks. I run a 15 millimeter hub in the front with the negative offset wheel.
Mm-hmm.
And then I run a 12 in the rear just to have that little bit of extra clearance as the back wiggles through.
Really?
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what. Now, I'm trying to get. Now, I did STL work on these axles. I did the work with Mias on these axles, okay? I'm also working with somebody else to make some more axles. And I'm going for, that's going to be hard to say, but I'm trying, I've got things laid out on the axle housing in position to where hopefully we can get a good, solid, reliable 80 plus degrees turn. Maybe even 90. Now, the question is, nobody has a chassis and all that fit turn 90 degrees. Well, we don't have an axle that can do it yet either.
Right.
We get the axle, somebody's going to build a chassis to get all that 90. Somebody's going to build a chassis to get that. You know they will.
I wonder who's working on one.
And with it being double jointed, you're only looking at 45 degrees per joint.
Right.
So I had one guy trying to explain to me how his single joint axle can turn 90 degrees. I'm like, it's not going to drive at 90. Oh yeah. I'm like, no, it's not going to drive at 90. It's just not. Physically, it just won't.
A quarter turn at a time.
Yeah, and the time, wow.
Yep.
Yeah, these are super smooth. And I'll tell you, the super smooth is more predictable. It's better driving. But the one thing I have noticed is when you're on your lid and you're turning to try to get some of that shake, there is no shake.
Yeah, you can't get that.
You can only turn your wheel.
Hop.
Yeah, you can only turn your wheel to try to get some gyro action out of it. There's no shake. And also, if you're sitting on a rock like this, you can't turn it and shake and vibrate it off either. So those are the two downsides of these joints. Other than that, I think these joints are the future.
Have you broken one yet?
Have I broken some of these joints? Yeah, I have. I've actually got Mias axles in stock that I can use for warranty purposes for other customers and all that. If they break them, I send them out as a warranty thing.
Was that a 4S situation or a 3S?
It doesn't matter. It all depends on how bad you got it bound up and
right.
what the conditions are. 2S will break them if you hit them perfectly wrong.
Right.
I do want to try to come up with a very low KV outrunner so I can try a 6S setup. I know 6S sounds crazy, but if you do it right, it's not crazy at all.
I know Tom did that with his Yellow Jacket at one point,
Yep.
but he turned all his channel speeds down so the power ramped in smoother.
Yeah, see, I want something like a 500 kV outrunner, a 14 pole 500 kV outrunner. That way I could put 6S on it. You won't have crazy RPMs. You won't have any of that junk, but you'll have 6S, and you should have, I don't want to call it duty cycle, but higher amperage, ups and downs, frequency, higher amplitude, which should
Right.
control the motor better. As trying to think of the proper term for that, and I'm drawing a blank here.
Nope, I don't got the term. I don't know.
Me neither. I know what I'm getting at. I know what I'm trying to say, but I just can't get it out right now. I can't even think of the proper word or terminology for it. It's not pulse width, because that's kind of a, if you put a bunch of them together, then it's just a different digital frequency.
When you have
Modulation.
that higher amperage, your modulation will be a lot
It
easier.
could be
to
the
control.
modulation does sound a little better. And with it being a higher up and down, I think it would have a stronger FOC, a stronger, less coggy drive when you get into the drive features, in which I've got a vehicle here. It's not on field, but I got a vehicle here that has an outrunner on it, and I'm kidding you what, I hope they bring it up to 1/10 scale, because dude, it is super smooth. I'm talking Fusion Pro smooth all the way through the drive line, all the way through the drive control of it. I think it's
Nice.
due out this week, so hopefully they bring this to 110. That'd be really nice.
Welcome in, Jake. I know you've been here kind of in the background.
I was quickly eating dinner, so I was hiding.
Robert, you have a question.
Let's see. What type of brass? The F10 hangers.
It's just the F10 brass or like the Faith or whoever.
Right. So
Corrupt,
when I did all the
uh,
measurements and I
Purple
did the
Dodger.
design work, I made sure that it had the brass F10 knuckles on there. Portal
but
housing.
not like the what's the one you make, Joe, with the slugs?
Sporty. No,
Like
they
the-
are
You're talking
not
about
made for a sporty
these?
class.
Yeah,
No, this is
No.
this is a whole different ball game here.
Yeah. That's
but they
a
do make them
kind of
for
wood.
AR-45s and stuff. They just wouldn't fit in your 2.0s. You have
Not
to
if they're
run it
like that.
Not if they're not if they have hangers.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
if they're like that.
No, this is standard for a class 1, class 2, class 3 style.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you have hangers, then you're in a completely different class. You're in a sporty class for the hangers.
But
Or
yeah, the
sporty
standard
class.
portal cover. Yeah.
Yeah.
The standard brass ones or zinc or whatever they call that metal there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jake, are we cutting this off at 9:30? That way you have time to make sure all the numbers are good.
I believe that's what Javier usually does.
Okay, so everybody, you got about 7 minutes left to get into the drawing for the Defender Customs trailer with the power supply that is powered by the Milwaukee battery. And if you want to get in that, the code put in the notes, DC2, Defender Customs 2, DC2. It will be cut off at 9:30, and anything that comes in after that will be just considered a donation to Operation Love Charlie.
Do we know
That way,
did we get a good amount of tickets on the first one?
yes,
Yeah, significant. That's awesome.
yes.
It was over 200, wasn't it?
That's a good question. I don't remember. I know it was up there.
But it was two something. I remember that.
It was up there. Yeah. Jake, you couldn't see the names on Jake's wheel.
It's gonna be the same tonight.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's awesome.
Really,
We
really.
appreciate everybody.
Heck yeah.
Joe, Rob says amplitude modulation.
There we go. I knew there was a proper term for that. I couldn't think of it right offhand though.
So what do you got going on in between now and your EF2? You going anywhere, or are you going to be getting stuff
And
ready other than your
July-
ECT thing?
July 26th, they go up. They got some overlander event at Cherokee Rock Village, and the guy that typically runs a crawler portion of it is out. So they contacted me, and for some reason I said yes. So I'm going up there to run that with a couple of my buddies. So I'm really hoping to get these new axles in so I can take some with me. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
either way, we'll be up there, and hopefully I don't have to go anywhere else until Halloween Haul and Crawl. So, and that'll be back at Cherokee.
Back to Cherokee Rock Village.
Dude,
Yeah.
I love that place, man.
Yeah.
Dude, if I lived 30 minutes from there, I would be there every single day. I really would.
Joe, you have a question. Have you tried any of the Rhino RC specific hanger style brass for the Capra style axles?
I have not tried anything from Rhino in a long time. So currently, no, sir. I've not messed with anything from Rhino.
What's up, Ty? Welcome in.
On my last live, they did show me somebody that had a set of hangers for the Mias axles, which I thought was pretty cool. I kind of want to do my own though. And if I get them done, obviously I'll STL them, I'll design them, go through all that. But I'm going to get some nice machined full brass, tungsten. I'm talking really nice high-end stuff. They might cost as much as the darn axles though. I don't know yet. We'll have to see.
Are the new axles going to be close to the ones that are out now?
The
in
same
price
price,
range?
yeah. Same
Okay.
price. Yeah, they asked me, should they raise the price? I'm like, no, you're actually sending less material. So same parts, just different inner axles, the lengths of them, obviously. But otherwise, it's the same parts, just a little bit skinnier.
Right.
So yeah, the prices are the same. Now, granted, I'm saying that now, but I haven't got the actual price list from them, as they aren't technically listed yet. But I can't see them being any more than what the current Mias axles are.
I have
They're gonna-
been wanting
they're
to
gonna-
try those. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Joe.
No, well, I was going to say they do have the most updated U joints and all that in there too. So less failures.
Nice. Guys, you got about 3 minutes until we close out the drawing. Tommy Martin said that's where he had his comp this past weekend with the 21 truck. And Lacos said that Deluxe makes a standard style Capra style portal cover that accepts their 6-pack hanger. It's a game changer for sure.
Yeah, the 6-pack fits these well too. The new B locks that they just put out. The only way to get these into these and work on these axles right here that I found is because once you put them on here, you can't fit the wheel over top of them. The knuckle gets in the way, right? But if you assemble the wheels with these in the wheels, you can put them all together and bolt them in through the voids in the wheels. That's
Oh,
not the
nice.
only way I can figure out to put these into there. Unless there's some way I didn't see it. I went to the Deluxe website, watched this video and all that too. So,
Weren't you just out there? They couldn't show you then?
well,
Those guys
I
are
don't-
pretty busy.
I know this didn't exist. I had a version of this out there, but I did get to see some stuff. But obviously, You can't
Right.
video everything when you go into these places.
Mhm.
Right.
So Deluxe has got it going on, man. I'm really impressed. It's a huge business too, man.
I
They really are.
Yeah, they're pretty awesome. They got some really, really good stuff.
I haven't got to run much of their other stuff, but best shocks on the market.
Amen to that.
Dude, I run all their shocks on all my good crawlers.
Yeah,
You just do.
huge fan of their stuff. One minute left, guys. Get your mad rush just so Jake has to
10,
add a bunch of names.
9, 8, 7.
You can tell he's like really concentrating on that.
Yeah, he is.
Checking-
Jake is like, I'm gonna close this out, right?
I just want to hit a button.
Marcus said he's checking daily for the aluminum version of the bead locks. The tri-spokes are okay, just not his favorite look, but they work.
I wanted to get the 10 spoke when I ordered these, but they didn't have them. I checked today, they got 10 spokes in stock. At least from what I can see today.
All right, it's 9:30. Cut off all entries. Good luck to everyone.
There you go.
Jake will get that all checked over and we'll do the drawing in about 15 minutes. So what else have you been out bashing and breaking lately, Joe?
Everything.
I'm liking that Traxxas Funko.
Yeah.
I like that thing. I really do. It handles good. The stock front tires are horrible. I don't know why they would put that on the front of a sand car with no rib. Basically, I got them over here. They're pretty bad. I ran your animals, the J Concepts animals on it.
Yeah.
They worked good, but it doesn't really have the power to turn them. Not
Yeah.
stock. It was kind of struggling a little bit.
Yeah, we
But-
might have to upgrade that to a 12S system. Man.
But it was able to get backflips off the big ramp.
Yeah.
I got 3 backflips with them big tires on the back of it. Yes. So I was able to get that with it.
Jake, we're getting asked how many entries. A lot. is the answer he has right now.
155.
Awesome. Thanks everybody
bad.
for putting in.
Awesome.
All right, Swampers, we'll see you later. Thanks for stopping in, hanging out. Are you holding any events at your place between now and what's going on, Joe? Or
In the heat of the summertime, I generally don't, but the guys wanted to do some dirt racing, which is why I was late tonight. I got on the tractor. I'm like, may as well start dragging the track. So I was out there
Right.
dragging the track, moving dirt, happened to look at the fun. I'm like, oh, crap. So, yeah, kind of one of them things. I got busy and just forgot.
it
Joe, what are you
happens
doing
all
this
the-
Sunday?
This Sunday,
Yeah.
yeah, we're just racing dirt track this Sunday.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, why don't you
Off-road.
come down to DFD?
What's going on at DFD this weekend?
So Sunday's the swap meet, but I want to show you the new track and the new oval track. I mean, we got a lot of new good things happening.
Well, I think I'm supposed to be there for the big Cash for RC swap meet.
Yeah, that's in November though.
Yeah, that's in November for that one. November 9th, I think it is.
Yes.
Something like that.
Yeah.
The very next weekend after Exo Fest, I believe.
Right.
So, which hey, I might even have some cash. Who knows? Maybe I can buy
Okay.
something. But
Or liquidate some of your inventory. That's the point.
Oh wow.
the only vehicles I've been selling, sadly enough, are the crawlers.
Yeah.
Because these things, I just don't even want to drive the other ones. I mean, I do got the red Cat Ascent. I got the Capra. I still got the Ecto, which is phenomenal. I still love the Ecto. Superlight SV1, Superlight SV2, the little CJ7 by Axial,
Yeah.
the Helamon, and both of my VRDs are in parts right now. I'm really close to releasing drag axle skids, these for the VRD axles.
Oh, that'd be
In
pretty
fact,
cool.
the full metal version is in testing right now. A guy has them.
Hmm.
So he's testing.
See, I would prefer the ones in nylon.
Well, the thing here's the thing. The metal one is a different measurement than the nylon one. So they don't just interchange. And then, so I've got to have a full metal one, a nylon one, and because I know people put the metal into the nylon housing, I got to have that version. 3 different versions because they are not the same.
Okay.
I think for the nylon with the metal housing, all I've got to do is just trim a little bit off the ends. I think that's all I got. That should be a really simple one.
Okay.
But the plastic one, that's kind of a pain in the butt because of the ribs and stuff it has on it.
Hmm.
Kind of a pain on that one. But yeah.
Now, Joe, the only rig that you got that I want is that 5B.
The one that's in the back of my car right now that I can't show the insides to anybody.
Yep.
Yep. Just so you guys know, I did an experimental nitro conversion on it. It has triple 21 OS nitros on it.
I'll take it.
Yeah, I bet, huh?
It reminds me of the old 21 systems and the old X Maxes back in the day.
What was that? That was a T-Max dual, or
It
No,
was
they-
single.
was it the
came single.
Kyosho? The Kyosho had the dual nitro one, wasn't it?
Can't remember.
I think it was a Kyosho. But I remember what you're talking about.
I can't remember who was even making that dual kit for him at the time now. It was a belt driven dual clutch.
Wasn't Losey?
I can't remember. It's been so long.
Because I can picture it in my mind. Like I can see it. I can't remember what chassis it was.
Lacos says he's got an OG HPI 5B collecting dust.
Oh no, I
There
have
you
plenty of
go.
those. I'm talking about a Losey 5B, the actual buggy.
Yeah, mine's a real TLR 5B.
Yeah. I have one too. I just want more.
Gotcha. Yeah, I ended up buying mine from a buddy of mine because Arthur started making parts for it, Vidavon. Well, now I need one of those, and he had one. I only gave him $1,000 for it.
Y'all, you got a deal and a half.
Now it did have a really souped up whatever engine it had in it, but dude, it would rip those tires like a heartbeat. But yeah, I paid him $1,000 for that.
What'd you do with the motor?
I think Sean has it somewhere.
We're gonna have
Which-
to sell.
Yeah, it's somewhere in there. Now, he might still have it. I know that thing ran great in that car, dude. Really good.
Yeah,
It would spin all 4 on a heartbeat. Because
Alright.
the guy that owned it, he wasn't short on money, and he put the good stuff in. It was probably a $3,000 car he gave me for $1,000.
That's a steal. Because I'm pretty sure I've gotten everything from Sean from when it came to the 5Bs. So Sean's holding out, man. I'm gonna talk to him tomorrow.
Yeah, see if he still has that motor that came from Troy's TLR 5B.
All
And
right.
that's who I got this from.
He's probably gonna be like, "Yep," and it's mine. Those are his exact words.
He's never going to use the darn thing.
Nope. That's his Sean.
Thor went up north, didn't it, Joe? It's up in Canada, hanging out with Jake.
Thor is in Canada. Creep 6 is in Canada. I think that's all he does have an executioner. But dude, there are executioners in Australia. They are all over the world.
Yeah, Jake got excited. He looked like he was throwing up Canadian gang signs. He's like, it's right here.
Yeah. Beside the maple syrup.
Yeah, nice.
It's being
Oh.
converted to run on the maple syrup.
There we
Yeah,
go.
he had never done much crawling when he brought it to me. When he came down here, man, I looked at that thing. I mean, he set it up as best he could, not being a crawler guy. But man, it was so bad. A red cat ascent would probably done laps around it. We had to tear it down, and I adjusted everything, and I got him on a crash course 1 week of training on that truck. And he pulled some really good lines at Cherokee. So he done really good out there. I don't think he finished last, which was pretty awesome to be 1 week, older than the crawlers, at ECC. Or no. Was it? Yeah, it was ECC, I think. No, it was a Pro Rock at EF1. The Pro Rock
Pro
guys.
Rock.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now, I did take, when I was at ECC, I did put an Executioner on the table so they could go over it, tell me what's legal, what's not. They said everything on it was perfectly legal, which was really awesome to hear, except the body, which was a cut down stage killer body, which I really like. That was what made it illegal, because it didn't have the tire coverage and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Good evening, Isaac.
Hey, what's going on, Joe?
Hey,
What's up, buddy?
Robert acted like he didn't even see you.
What's up, Bobby?
That's okay. I ain't talked to Rob in said like a couple months now, and he just don't even act like he knows
Get
me
out of
anymore.
here. I talked to you like a week ago, like 2 weeks ago. That was about a week ago.
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't
the
even
old.
think you popped in. I was too focused on Joe.
I know. Hey, old Joe Collins, how we doing, bud?
What's up, man? How's it going?
Not too bad. I hate that I missed your event up here at Cherokee. I heard it was a good little event.
Gonna have more up there, buddy. I think I'm supposed to be coming back to Cherokee for EF4. EF2 is supposed to be here in Callahan. EF3 is going to be at DFD. EF4 is going to be back at Callahan. EF5 will be probably in April at Cherokee. I don't want to go back to Cherokee in June.
Yeah, I expect
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
Are you gonna make it up to Halloween Hall, Carl?
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's one event I'll never miss unless something bad happens.
Good. Yeah, I hope to be up there again this year.
That's gonna be
That was the first ever Georgia Rock Zombie event I ever went to a few years ago, was a haul and crawl. And I have not missed one since. Great
Good.
team of guys.
very much.
Yeah, looks like that might be the only event I make it to this year.
Really?
Yeah, I'll be too busy over the rest of this fall to go to anything else. So we packed the moving truck up Friday, so we're heading north. We'll see North Carolina by the weekend.
Fired.
Oh wow.
You're fired. Told you weren't allowed to do that.
Hey, there was an open spare bedroom for you up here on the Emerald Coast. Show you guys what a real beach looks like.
Ooh.
Wow.
Hey, I'm from
He's
that
allergic.
grove. I am
He's
allergic.
allergic. He couldn't
Okay.
go back.
I am. I'll still
Joe's
come
up there saying, "Well, Jacksonville's got a real beach. Come on, man."
I don't care for our beaches up here. Not really.
that makes two of us, Joe.
Yeah, I really don't.
Yeah. No, I don't particularly care for the beach either, which is part of what made the decision easy.
Yeah.
So
I don't care for the water. I've lived here for so long, maybe been to the beach, two handful, of
Yeah.
times.
No. For us, always having the beach relatively close, it's no big deal. But for Clayton coming out of landlocked Canada, Ontario, it was a very big deal for him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was a very big deal. When he got rolled over on that boogie board, he finally caught a wave and got rolled. He said, "I didn't know which way was up." I'm like, yeah, that's what happens. Yeah.
It's crazy. And I go back to see family and stuff in East Tennessee, and of course, my wife's family out in North Carolina, and they're all like, "Oh, we went to Destin last year for vacation." I'm like, "Oh, well, that's funny because everybody I know down here went to, the Smoky Mountains for vacation or somewhere thereabouts." So it's kind of like we flip flopped all the time. So looking
Me and the
forward to going
wife,
back
we
to
love
it.
Gatlinburg, the whole
Mhm.
Gatlinburg
See,
area.
there you go. Great example right there.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to about 10 years from now being like, you know what? Let's go take a beach trip down to where we used to live.
And you'll be like,
Uh,
And then you're gonna be like, and this is why we never cared for it in the first place.
It-
Sand in funny places that make you very uncomfortable.
That's right. Mm-mm-mm.
All right. Jake, are we ready for that wheel of goodness?
It's pretty
just a
heavy.
second. I'll be right back. Oh, wait a minute.
We
I
are
got a
ready.
drink here. Forgot I had a drink here.
Are we ready to do this?
yeah.
If you're
I think
ready,
so.
brother, you should have the
Excitement.
hour to share.
I believe so. Yep.
Good luck, everybody that bought in. Appreciate it.
Good luck, and I'm gonna be extremely jealous. Look at, look at all those names.
Joe, how many times do we shuffle it?
Let's go for the third one down. The third one.
There is
Well,
one.
1, 2, 3. Woo!
1, 2, 3.
Yep.
All right. 1, 2, 3. All right. Here we go.
Looks like congrats to
Andy
Andy
Cole.
Cole.
Congratulations.
Yes, I am jealous.
So Isaac, what does he want?
Oh, he's won the trailer that's boxed up over there, along with everything else that's boxed up in here. I know which box it is though, so we're good.
Yeah. It's sure it's not on the moving truck.
Not yet. Couple more days. You better reach out to me quick. He's got 3 more days. Yeah. It's Andy Cole, right?
Andy Cole.
All right. Sure someone will reach out to him directly here.
Yeah, Hobby's
And this-
lurking.
Yeah. And this trailer seems to have done just about as good as the first trailer. So
Good.
that's awesome. People are
Yes.
liking your stuff, Isaac.
Thank you for the support.
That's what we're here for. He is not a follower of mine on Facebook.
I'm sure Jake's got some info that he can pull from it, or Javi does, if we can't
Yeah.
reach out to
I just get screenshots from Javier. So
him. So, okay, yeah.
That's all good. We'll track him down.
Yep.
Oh, right on. Any other raffles
There
coming?
should, yeah, there should be some coming up. I don't know what's next. I know there's a couple things that we have that are ready to go. It just depends on if they're going to, well, it looks like Blue Rock's going to have the Boom Racing truck.
Yep.
So there was a couple things that I'm sure will be posted up here soon on Facebook. I think it's going to be within a week or two. So just keep your eyes on Facebook and they'll post it up, and we'll probably, I think there is a show next Monday. I don't know who the guest is right now, or if it's just a Motor Pool Monday. And hopefully we'll have the information then. So do we want to start closing out, give everybody some time to talk. Because Robert usually goes long.
I
Like I say
won't
Robert's here
long.
tonight, so we might want to.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
I'm happy he's here so he can go last again.
Right. Isaac, you want to say your goodbyes?
That didn't mean I want to go first, Christ. No, that's fine. I just want to tell everybody how much I appreciate them getting in on the raffle and joining in tonight. I came in a little bit late here, but it just means the world for people to reach out and support on that. So thanks so much for watching and like I said, supporting the hobby and the charity.
Thank you, Isaac. There won't be a show for the next 2 weeks because we'll have traveling for Blue Rock and all that stuff that's going on. So I was wrong on that. I was corrected. All right, Jake.
We got the intel. That's what it was.
Yes.
Wow, I missed like most of the show tonight. Sorry, Joe. And yeah, I'll keep it short because again, Robert's here. And we'll thank you everyone for the entries, and we'll see everyone in 2 weeks. I had to stick it in there, Rob.
No,
Right.
Canadian
All right,
game.
Ohio.
Good job.
Ohio,
Good
Joe.
Glad everybody come out and visit us another great Monday, hanging out with Joe Collins and Isaac and the rest of the panels, and being able to see all of our wonderful people that took a portion of them and gave it to Operation Love and Charlie to do some good deeds with. So thank you for that. And looks like we'll see everybody in a couple weeks.
Thank you, Joe. All right, Exocage, Joe.
All right, guys. First of all, thank you guys for having me on. Apologize for being late. Man, it's good to see your raffles and your donations like that are doing so good, man. The trailer thing, all that. That was good to see that go like that, man. Anyway, guys, thank you for having me on. I look forward to the next time. And you guys are doing a great job. Keep it up. Because I know when I'm at some of your events and stuff like that, I get to talk to some of you guys, not under the Exocage name. And it's really awesome to just talk to people, talk to your guys when I'm there. That's one of the best parts of it. Thank you guys for having me on.
Thanks, Joe. I appreciate you being here, and no problem on being late. Life happens, man. You got a lot of stuff going on. I'll go, so Robert has to close us out. Everybody, thanks for the donations and entering the raffles. And Joe Collins, appreciate all you do for the organization. The giving up your facility at times for us to hang out and do stuff there, and all your support through the years has been awesome. Everybody that bought in and, like I said, joined us. Without you guys, we couldn't do this. We couldn't hold our events. We couldn't get veterans to out to like Beat the Creek and other places that are going to happen throughout the year, Blue Rock, all that stuff. And Isaac, huge shout out to you for the trailers. They did awesome. Really appreciate that. And everybody else that contributes in whatever way they can, even if it's just stopping in and hanging out with us tonight. Corey, welcome in. Sorry it's late here, but we appreciate you stopping in, even if it's just for a second. And I'll leave this to Robert to close this out.
Oh, I get to close it out. It's been a while. I'm a little rusty. So let me get into it. All right, Isaac. Love you, man. Like your talent has just grown so much in the last couple of years. These two trailers that you have given and donated to Operation Love Charlie are way above and beyond the skill set that I would have ever had thought you had a few years ago. Like, I hold you so high on the pedestal, man, and I am so proud of you of where you've come. I'm sad that you're moving. I really am, that you're moving further away. Even like, I know you're far now and I don't get a chance to come visit, but now you're moving even further, so it's going to be even harder. So it does kind of break my heart. So I'm a little sad by that, but I don't get to go to, it's South Carolina, right? That's where you're moving to?
North Carolina, close
North
enough
Carolina.
though.
Okay, all right. See, getting further away. Uh, but I really would like to, when you get all moved in, settled in, me and the fam would like to come visit you over there, as long as you welcomed us. But but again, man, everything that you do, you're amazing. Um, Joe Collins, dude, as an influencer out there in the RC industry, you do an amazing job. I watch you from afar. I'm over there next to the booth. I see so many people coming up to you, talking to you about what they got going on, their builds, your influence, your guidance for those people. It's amazing. I hear your name everywhere I go. And
That's cool, man.
it's what we do. And that's what
It
you
is.
do. Like you being that guy, big names over here. Yeah, Exocage, Joe Collins. You're there. You made it. You quit your day job and you made an amazing choice and you're taking it the distance. And you're someone else that I'm super proud of, man. I'm
Thank
really
you so
glad you
much.
made that choice, man.
I
I love
really
it for
appreciate it,
you.
but that means a lot.
And I know you're a pain in the butt sometimes, but that's Joe, and I love you for
We
it.
hey, we all have our moments, right?
But again, man, I wish you the best. Future ventures. I can't wait to continue working with projects with you. We've had a lot of discussions, and the future that me and you have together, it's going to be pretty awesome.
I think so too, buddy. I think so too. Thank you so much for that.
Of course. And my fellow brothers that are on the stand here, Josh, Joe, Jake, I love you guys. Canadian gang signs, that's going to be a new thing. I got it down. Josh, we got crabs. Got little pinches. Joe, dude, you've come a long way as well. And with your new venture and painting your new bodies and stuff like that, I again, your skill set it's there. You just got to keep doing it, keep pushing yourself, and you're gonna be up there with a lot of good people, man. So with your building, your skill sets that you're learning and you're gaining, just keep doing it, man. I got a lot of faith in you. If you ever need anything from me, you've checked in on me on my lows. Last couple of weeks, I've had some. And I really appreciate you reaching out to me, man. So a lot of
Not a
love.
problem. Thank you.
All right, Josh, you want to close this out?
You done? You usually end with your heart.
Love, love.
All right. Appreciate everybody for coming in. We'll see you in a couple weeks. Look out on Facebook for the next raffle, and we'll let you know when the show's happening. Peace, everybody. Well, I think Hobby's